We see you getting after your fitness goals. But what about those money goals? You can count on Credit Karma for a clear view of your finances and your progress, helping you see results so you can keep checking off those financial personal bests and find your way to money. Progress never felt so good. Download the Intuit Credit Karma app and start achieving your money goals today. Intuit Credit Karma. Karma you can count on.
Welcome back to another episode of When Reality Hits, Girls Trip Edition here in the Bahamas. Today we are going to have Miss Charity Lawson and the beautiful Serena Pitt. I love these ladies. I'm so excited to have them on the podcast. All right, up next is the absolutely gorgeous Serena Pitt from The Bachelor and Love in Paradise. Oh, shoot. I keep saying Love in Paradise because I've got Love is Blind and Bachelor people. And
a new combination show is coming out, hosted by Brittany.
Could you imagine?
Love in Paradise.
Let me host that. Let me be Ariana. That would be amazing. Bachelor in Paradise, yes, where you met your honey and got engaged. So last time that you were on our podcast, Miss Serena Pitt, the beautiful, gorgeous, lovely lady, last time you were on our podcast, you were engaged, but you were not married yet.
So I was married, but I hadn't had my wedding yet.
Yeah, you hadn't had your wedding yet.
So we had gotten married at the courthouse.
Yes.
My wedding was in like 2 months.
Do you think you'll ever change your last name?
Yeah, I think I will. I know it's important to Joe that we like share a last name and I take his last name. And I always figured that I would do that when I got married. I love the last name Pitt, and it'll be sad to see it go because my sister and I are actually the last people with the last name. Aww. So if we take our husband's last names, and it's like the end of the Pitt line, and like that makes me feel sad. But we don't have kids yet, and I feel like that's kind of the motivator to do so. Like, if we never had kids, I don't think I would ever change my last name, but I want to have the same last name as my children. So eventually down the line I will, but it just sounds like such a hassle. Like, I was talking to Astrid about it, and it's like a long process to do so.
I never did it.
You didn't do it.
Don't take it from me, because like I'm going through a lot of crap right now. But
have you ever had to travel across the border with Cruz?
So, we've taken him to, we went to Sheena's wedding in Mexico.
Okay. And was it hard not having the same last name and like bringing him?
Well, Jax was actually with me, and Jax's last name is actually Jason Couchy. Okay. So Cruz is Cruz Couchy. Okay. So his passport says Cruz Couchy.
So do you think if you traveled with just him and you guys have different last names, they'll be like, oh my God, are you abducting this child?
No.
Because that's what I'm always worried about, that if I have a different last name than my kids, I don't want to hyphenate.
I thought about that for the longest time, and that's why I was like on social media, I put like Cartwright Couchy, but like I never actually legally changed it. But no, I fly with Cruz all the time. And honestly, flying with Cruz is easier than flying with Jax. So
a little more control.
Very much like he is just the best flyer, and it's like the completely different. But no, I haven't like run into anything like that because you put in all the information before.
That's good to know. Maybe it's also just getting better over time now that so many people I feel like are either like hyphenating or not changing their last name.
Because back in the day, it was like you had to change your last name.
Yeah, and I never thought that I would. Not that I wouldn't care, but I thought, once I get married, I'll want to do it immediately. Yeah. And I'll be so excited to. And like, I love Joe and I'm honored to take his last name, but it's kind of like, I feel very attached to my last name.
Yes,
like I'm having a harder time with it than I thought I would.
I 1000% agree.
Like,
and
I've identified as
anything.
No.
It doesn't mean like you don't want the married name or anything like that.
It's not even about him or his last name. It's like, wow, I've been Serena Pitt for almost 27 years. The idea of giving that part of myself up sounds so weird.
Right. And I don't think that we have to.
No,
anymore.
you really don't.
Like, I think that it's like whatever you like want. And I love that because like women are just like, we're getting stronger and stronger. And I love that.
And I don't have a middle name. So I've always like, no, I wasn't given one. So I was like, if I do take a Mobley as my last name, then I'll also give myself a middle name as Pitt. So I'll be Serena Pitt Mobley.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Do you feel a difference in your relationship now that you're married?
I don't think so. I feel like we always saw like a long-term future for ourselves. So it didn't really change the way we like looked at or talked about our relationship because we were always planning that forever together. But I think it just solidifies it more of talking about, you know, a 5-year plan or a 10-year plan of how we want life to unfold for ourselves. But I wouldn't say marriage made me feel more committed to him, which I think is a good thing.
No,
because
that's
it means
great.
like even if we weren't married, I was going to be committed to him.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Do you see yourself having kids? Have you guys talked about that? I mean, you know, you're still young, so I'm like,
I know. I think I don't know. We do believe we want to have children.
Yeah.
And that was always something that we talked about and were interested in. I like feel so young, and I feel like I'll always feel that way though. Like I'm only 27. I'm too young to have kids. But then I feel like if I was like 38, I would be like, I feel too young to have kids too. Like I was talking to one of my friends and she was like, my Nana is like a 95. And she's like, I'm literally too young to have grandkids. Like, how do I have all these grandkids? Like, I'm just a child. Like, it's so bizarre.
It is bizarre.
But
you guys would have some beautiful babies.
Thank you. One day, you know, if that time in our life comes, then but we're just trying to figure out our next moves and enjoy life childless. Because I feel like once you have it, it changes your whole life, right?
I mean, coming from me, like I will tell you, like it does change a lot of things, and for the better as well. Like there's so many positives, but like it also can put a strain on your relationship. It depends on how you work as a couple,
right?
You know, like you and Joe might be completely different than obviously how me and Jack could.
But it's also hard to know. Like you can only predict so much with how a child's going to change your dynamic. Exactly. Right?
You never know.
Once you're a mom forever,
and it's the best thing that's ever happened to me. So no matter what, like. I will always love that moment. But still, you know, it's what you want to do as an individual. Yes. You know what I mean? You guys are still living in New York City.
We are. Yes, we re-signed our lease, so we'll be there for at least another year. Our lease, if we chose to not re-sign, would be up in April of next year.
Do you think that you'll stay there forever, or are you guys planning on moving anywhere, or what are you thinking?
I don't think we will necessarily stay there forever. I think when we moved there, we thought like this could be our forever place, and we were very open to that. And New York is truly like maybe my favorite city in the whole world. Like I love it so much. I love our lives there. It's a perfect fit for this stage of life for us and our personalities. But it is so expensive, Brittany.
Yes. It's more than LA, right?
Yeah, the
New
rent is insane.
Yeah.
The taxes are insane. And it's like, even if we wanted to like go out to Brooklyn, it's like, you're only going to get so much more space. You're still going to get hit with so many taxes, not to make this like all about money. But that is a big part of like picking where you end up.
It's huge.
Yeah. And his family's in Chicago, mine's in Toronto. So those are both places that are obviously kind of always on the table.
Yeah.
So next year's up in the air, but I think we're looking to maybe explore, especially if that is like, we're still going to be childless next year. If that is the plan, then like we can live anywhere. We can live in multiple places. We can bounce around. Like we really want to explore before we are like solid on a place.
Yeah, like have fun right now.
Exactly.
Like you just got married. Like enjoy this time, and like I think that you guys are doing amazing.
If you could live anywhere other than LA, where would you live?
Oh gosh, that's hard. Because
do you love LA? Because you've been there for like 10 years.
I love LA, but like there's also things about LA that I do not love.
Like what?
Just like how busy it can be sometimes because I'm like, but New York is even busier.
New York's really busy, yeah. But we at least like don't have to deal with cars and traffic.
Right. The traffic is crazy. There's different things. I love LA. I can't see myself leaving LA anytime soon.
Yeah.
I don't think I would ever live back in Kentucky.
Yeah.
Maybe I would. I don't know. It's hard. It's very hard. Maybe like whenever I'm like in my 50s or something, I'm like,
a different
I'd
season
rather
of life might want to take you somewhere else.
Would,
but
like,
right now, you
that.
like if you could live anywhere, it would still be LA.
Probably still LA right now.
Yeah.
Which I never thought that I would say.
Yeah.
But
it's
like
very different than Kentucky.
But going
where you
through
grew
this
up.
separation and everything, I'm like starting to realize like I felt like I would move home immediately.
Yes.
And now I'm like, like this is I've like made my own friends and my own my own new family here in LA, and I have all these things going on. So it's like
has the separation almost made you realize like, wow, like in the last 10 years, LA has really become my home.
Yeah. Oh, it really has been.
Yeah.
And like all my friends come visit me. My mom's going to be here soon. Like,
that's so
family
nice.
is super important to me, but I'm still going to go to Kentucky all the time. I love Kentucky. I'm not hating on Kentucky at all, but I'm thinking about the winter.
Sounds, the winters on the East Coast. Joe in the winter is like, why do we live here?
Yeah.
LA is so hot and sunny right now. We're freezing our ass off. This is horrible.
No, I'm like, oh gosh, like, can I actually like handle the winter again? I mean, I'm sure I could, but still.
But you don't want to, and I don't blame you.
Yes. It's like back and forth, back and forth. If you could change, Serena, if you could change anything about your time on reality TV, what would it be?
Change. Ooh, that's really hard. I maybe would have eaten like less chicken nuggets in Paradise. I was eating like a plate of chicken nuggets every day. And also I wouldn't have eaten so much shrimp in the beginning because I got sick halfway through.
You got sick on the shrimp?
Oh, yeah. I think it was the shrimp. Everyone got sick at some point down there.
Yeah.
But I think I switched to like chicken fajitas for every meal halfway through, and I was feeling way better.
Like,
and
no
less
more
chicken nuggets.
Like, no more chicken nuggets, no more shrimp.
I was like, you know what? We need to like throw a smoothie in here or something. I'm drinking a lot of mimosas and chicken nuggets.
Oh my
I was like, no wonder I feel horrible.
I love that, like, whenever we talk about one thing you would change on reality TV, you're like, less chicken nuggets.
But they're so good. It's not even about like my body or anything like that. I was just like, my body feels not good.
People would be like, well, like for me, I'd be like, oh, that time that I screamed at this person or I did this, but you're like, less chicken nuggets.
I feel like I'm a pretty like tame person overall.
You are
and like
very
I met
tame.
my husband on the show.
Yeah, you're happy.
It's only been 2 seasons. If I was on a show like yours where I'd done like 10 seasons, I'm sure I would have a few things.
Yeah, like crying in my huge
Probably like I
wedding
shouldn't
dresses.
have done that 10th tequila shot. It really changed everything for me.
Like, whoa.
Yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't have gone that far. But you're like so sweet. You're like, oh, chicken nuggets. I met the love of my life. So we're happy and we're good. Which I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
That's absolutely amazing. Love to ask this question to everybody. Favorite thing about a girls trip? Because we're obviously on an epic girls trip right now.
I just love hanging out and connecting with girls.
Yeah.
Like, women are the best. Being married, I spend most of my time with a dude who I love him more than anything in the world. But coming and just spending like 4 days with all this female energy and connecting with people that I haven't seen in a while or haven't met and hearing their stories and just talking about like dating and girly things, I just leave it feeling like so happy.
It's been amazing. And getting to know everybody even better this trip around. Like, it's been absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you could be on any reality show, I know I asked you this last year.
Yeah, you did. I don't remember what I said.
If you could be on any reality show, what would it be?
Okay, so I'm a big Traitors fan. I love Traitors, but Joe is on a show right now. The finale is actually tonight. I don't know when this is coming out. The finale will have already aired, but he was recently on the show called The Go.
Yes.
Who you know, because your friend Kristen was on it.
Yeah.
And just hearing about, like, they stayed in this beautiful house. They had a really good time. The cast was amazing. It's like not intense, like a Survivor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they're drinking, they're eating, they're like, they have a beautiful pool. The competitions are just like fun and silly.
It's not nothing like too crazy.
It's not that serious.
Yeah.
Like, the show is meant to be fun. I would probably do that. And I also feel like having heard about his time filming it and doing it makes me feel more comfortable going on it, because I kind of would feel like I knew what to expect a little bit.
That was literally my next question. Look, my next question was, Joe was on The Go with my girl Kristen.
Really? Guys, go watch The Go.
Yeah, go watch The Go.
It's on Amazon Prime.
Support a freebie, right?
Amazon Prime and Amazon Freebie. Yes.
Yeah. Kristen and Joe are both on there, so we would love to support them. But I was like, that was going to be my next question. Would you do a competition show like that?
I would, but you know what? I don't know how I would be on it. Like, I feel like going on The Bachelor, it's very much like I just have to be myself. It's just dating. I'm very comfortable flirting. And I was just like, if he doesn't like me, there's nothing I can do about that. Like, there's no strategy or scheming involved. You just kind of show up, you flirt. If you have a connection, then great. And if you don't, then like it doesn't work out. But with competition shows, like, even just hearing about like the scheming and the strategy, I feel like you don't even see that much of it on The Go, but there was so much that went into it.
Yeah.
Of like the voting and the alliances.
Yes.
I don't know. Like, I kind of, the 2 shows that I filmed, I go on, I just kind of like live my life and then I leave and I'm like, oh my God, there was so much going on. Whereas Joe, I feel like, is so good at like taking a step back and being able to see like the bigger picture of things. Whereas I'm a little bit like in my own world. So I would do it, but I'd be very curious to see if I was good at it. I feel like
I'm the same.
Yeah.
I feel like I would be exactly like
right?
you.
Do
like,
you?
Like,
would you do one?
I think it would be fun to do one.
You've never done a competition show?
No, I haven't done a competition show yet. So somebody book me.
Yeah, I'm actually shocked you haven't.
Yeah,
you're going to get asked to do like Traitors or something. Would you do Special Forces?
I don't know. I mean,
that show is so intense.
I think it would be fun to go out of my comfort zone and do something different. Like, I'm in a time in my life right now where I just need to like experiment with new things. You know, that's the whole
You're kind of in a season of like newness.
Yes, new things, like trying new things, like just a different journey in my life right now. So like, I think it would be fun, but I'm also getting ready to start filming again. So it's like, you know,
yeah, but you know, like
I'm
like
booked
Traitors
up for a couple months
to go. Yeah, you're booked and busy for sure.
Booked and busy for a couple months,
but I feel like I would love to see you on like Traitors or one of these competition shows.
I think it would be fun. Yeah. I think it would be great too. All right, so now we're going on to Mary F. Hill.
Okay.
These are questions: Jason Tartick,
Lori,
Tyler Cameron, or Joe.
Oh my
Obviously.
God. Well, like, I'm gonna like marry and F my husband. Jesus. And then, sorry.
You can marry Joe, but you got to pick F for somebody.
No, I'll say F for Joe because I'm not gonna be on here and say I'm gonna F one of these other dudes.
I know.
I'll marry Jason then because like I feel like he's a sweetheart. He's business savvy. We've met. And then, sorry, Tyler, you're great. Love you too, but you gotta go. One of you has to die. So
you're like, bye.
Bye.
Sorry. He's cute though.
Oh my God. He's so handsome. That's undeniable.
Okay, a couple questions from fans before I let you go.
Okay.
This is from _Brit216.
Oh, that's your name.
I know.
Brittany sent in this question, guys.
Serena, what has been your biggest obstacle in marriage so far? And she's a big fan of all the ladies.
I would say our biggest obstacle has been navigating the future living situation of where we're going to live. Transparently, that's always been kind of a hurdle for Joe and I, not against each other, but one to get over together of, you know, where are we going to be happiest? Where does it make sense financially? Our family and friends are obviously a huge consideration. So there's a lot that goes into deciding it. I think people that, you know, that live in the same place and are from that place and want to stay in that place, I've never envied more. Like, there's such a privilege to that I never really thought about until I was
so true.
Yeah.
I never really think about that
like
either,
imagine like you were born and raised in LA and so was Jax and you met and all your family and friends were there and you never wanted to leave.
Right.
And so yeah, there's just so many layers to that discussion. We're always having it in a good way, like just touching base, kind of trying to figure it out together. And then also just like navigating financials. I feel like it used to be that everyone would just merge their bank accounts and it's like my money's your money and like that's it when you get married. And I feel like we're in a season where people are changing that a little bit. And like, you know, Joe and I are I think it's not even about like money in like an ugly way. I think it's just being open about our financials and like how we want to spend our money, how we want to save it, how we want to invest it. Because now that we're married, it is like a long-term discussion versus just like, what kind of trip do we want to go on? Where do we want to go? Like, it's like, what do we see for our future? Yeah. You know, buying homes, how that's going to look. So I wouldn't even say it's a hurdle. It's just like new discussions that I'm having and he's having in this relationship. Because obviously it's the most serious relationship I've ever been in. It's the only marriage I've ever had.
You're married.
So we take it seriously, you know?
Of course. All right. We're going to end on a fun note. This is from Life of Katia. I'm asking this to everybody.
Okay.
Favorite resort drink?
Oh, that's a fun one. Okay. Right now I'm drinking, they brought around these orange juice and coconut rum, and it's pretty good. I love a Bloody Mary. But if I'm at a resort, I just want something that tastes tropical. Yeah. Like coconut, pineapple, orange juice. I don't like anything too sweet. I know you like really can't do anything sweet.
No sweet for
Brittany's drink of choice is a shot of tequila with an orange slice. We know that. But
chase with like water.
I'll do like one or two of something that's like sweet and tropical and just makes me feel like vacation.
And then the rest is like, okay, I'll do a shot with you.
Yeah, then I'll just do shots with Brittany.
I love it. I love you, Serena.
I love you.
Thank you so much for being on the podcast.
Thanks for having me.
You're
oh my gosh. I love that this is becoming an annual thing.
Yes, annual thing. I can't wait for next year.
Yes.
Tell everybody where they can find you and talk about your new line.
Oh, yes. Okay, shameless plug. You can find me at Serena_Pitt on Instagram, Serena Pitt on TikTok. And you can listen to Joe and I host a podcast for the Bachelor franchise called Bachelor Happy Hour. We recap the season and we interview exclusive guests every single week. 2 episodes. It's so much fun. Definitely tune in. We have, Gen season coming up, so lots to talk about there. And then I also have my own travel accessory line. It's called
so great.
Reset the Label. I just gifted all the girls our new tote bag. It has a padded laptop pocket inside, and it's like the perfect little fit on top of your luggage for when you're traveling or just like going to work, going to the gym. And then also we have a new fanny pack out as well as other accessories.
And they're so cute.
I'm obsessed with them. I'm so proud of them. You can find them on www.shopresetthelabel.com or on our Instagram, reset_the_label. So go follow us, go shop, and thanks for listening.
Yes. So happy for you, Serena.
Bye.
Bye. All right. Up next is the beautiful, absolutely stunning
oh my goodness,
Charity Lawson.
You're so sweet, Britt.
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
I swear, you are gorgeous.
Oh my God, thank you.
You're a Southern girl from Georgia.
I am a little Southern Belle.
Which I love.
You relate to that.
I relate, and I absolutely love it.
Oh.
We talked about that you need a peach.
Yes, I do. I'm like working for my peach. I swear I am.
You need a peach. Andy,
get me
Cohen,
on.
if you ever listen to this.
Listen, what they don't know, what the people don't know, I have peach material.
You are peach material.
Yes.
Gorgeous lady with the Georgia vibes.
Correct.
Love it. All right. So you are the Bachelorette.
I was, yes.
Season 20 Bachelorette.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you dated 26 guys.
I did.
At the same time.
I did, which was crazy.
What was that like?
Literally, honestly, when I walked in, I remember I was like, okay, like obviously accepting the position of being Bachelorette. I was like, what am I like actually doing? I was obviously so excited, but like it's nerve-wracking when you really realize like, oh my goodness, it's about to be like not just like 5 guys.
Yeah.
It's 6 guys at the same time.
Even 5 guys would be a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, I'm like, I had a roster before, but I'm like, this is a whole league right here. Like, this is crazy. And so night 1, it like really hit me. I was like, oh my God, like I have to like manage this, but also just being in a room with like that many men and you're the only woman. I feel like it honestly helped my like, I was already a confident girl before, but like it really like boosted my confidence. And I was like, this is like honestly what I needed.
I mean, they were probably like,
yeah, it is like, it can be intimidating. Like, honestly, at first it was, I was like, oh my God. But
I mean, I can only imagine. Like, you never know, but like still, I'm sure the guys were just in awe of you whenever they stepped out. They were like, oh, hey, Charity. Okay. So I like to go back to the beginning with all of my guests that have been on reality TV. How did this journey start for you?
Oh my God. Crazy story, crazy times. So I was a contestant, obviously, on The Bachelor. So I was on season 27 of The Bachelor. So that's Zach Shallcross's season. But before that, I had literally I was in grad school and finishing up my master's. So I have a master's in clinical.
So you're smart and beautiful.
That is correct. Exactly. I had my master's in clinical mental health counseling. So I was like literally getting ready to like just move my life and like start my career. And I kid you not, 2 weeks after I graduated, like walking across the stage, packing up my apartment, I get a call from a casting producer. And they're like, we received an application for you. We're wondering if you're still single. And I'm like, an application for what? And they're like, The Bachelor. And I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, who? Like, because I didn't submit it. Like, I didn't apply. And I was like, how did they get my information? How did they get my name? And like, at that time, I wasn't even like really active on social media. So it's not like I had like a pop-in page or anything for them to be like, okay, yeah, we want this girl. And come to find out, it was like my best friend who nominated me, but she literally never told me about it. She never told me about it. So I had to find out that way, which is fine. But I was like, holy shit, like I'm about to go on like a crazy adventure. And the whole time, like, you know, casting takes about like 3 to 6 months. Yeah. And for me, it was like more on the longer end. Like they casted me around like, I guess like end of May. And you don't really like find out until like right before you're leaving for filming. And I just had all of these like signs and like things that were showing me like, okay, this is something I actually need to do and pursue. I had gotten out of a bad relationship. So I was like, you know what? We're going to try dating a different way because in the real world, it's not working. Yeah.
I absolutely love that because I always wonder, like, because as somebody who like watches or like sees what you guys go through, you always wonder, like, do people really want to go to find love?
Yeah.
Not that I never thought that you wouldn't, but like it's still like a thing.
It
like
is,
you just
absolutely.
never know. Like, does somebody want to find love, or do they think it'll actually work for them? Like, you never.
That was 100% me. I was like kind of on the fence. I was like 50-50 of like, okay, like I'm gonna give this a shot because like I want to approach dating differently, and this is like a huge opportunity. But like also like I had to be kind of realistic with myself. I'm like, the odds probably aren't going to be in my favor, and it probably won't work out. And it obviously did on The Bachelor, but then obviously I got the opportunity.
You got to be the Bachelorette.
Yeah.
How did they come to you about being the Bachelorette?
So that was even more crazier.
Yeah.
Obviously, ending filming with The Bachelor, you have like a few months, if that, like maybe like a month or two in between.
Oh, so you only had like a month or two in between before you started The Bachelorette.
Really?
Wow.
Because Zach's season was still airing, honestly, when I left for filming.
Wow.
So it was a really quick turnaround for me. But I remember they approached me like shortly after, and I was like, I don't even know how to make sense of like the experience I just went on. Like, I don't know if I'm like in a place. And they were like, that's totally fair. Like, take your time. And so they approached me a few weeks after, and I was in a better state. Like, I was in therapy and like doing all of that. So
you're doing all the right things.
I really was. I was trying to get my ride because I was, this is crazy. Like, I don't even know what's happening with my life. Like, you know, you're just like kind of in a blur.
Yeah.
And then I remember like I had did the interviews, and at the time, obviously we know it's like with the Bachelor franchise, they like cast or interview like a bunch of girls at the same time to like be candidates for the Bachelorette. And when I remember they like approached me, I was like, okay, they're just interviewing me because like they have to interview like a certain amount of people. Like, I had no inclination that it was going to be me. Like, there was nothing that was like set in stone or guaranteed. And I remember like at our reunion, so the Women Tell All, that's when they told me. So Jesse Palmer.
Oh, so you didn't know?
No, I had no idea. Like, I was like, okay, it could be like me, but I'm like, it could be also like anybody else. And like from the like talks and, you know, fans is like, okay, it's not going to be me. So I just kind of accepted that. But I remember at Women Tell All, Jesse pulled me to like play a little game, and they're like, it's for social media. I was like, okay, cool. And we're in like a back room playing like this or that. And then at the end, he was like, Bachelor in Paradise or Bachelorette. And I was like, well, I can't deal with the shit on Bachelor in Paradise. So I was like, probably Bachelorette. And he was like, are you sure? And I was like, yes. And then that's when my gut, like, it kind of sang. I was like, oh my God, is he going to ask me right now? And he was like, do you want to be our next Bachelorette? And I was like, oh, yeah, I do. So, yeah, that's how it happened. It was like
amazing.
Crazy. It was like weird, but like crazy.
Literally chill bumps all over my body because I know how big that is.
It was huge.
You know?
Like, there was a lot that was happening. I mean, I even calling my mom, like, she was like trying to process what was going on. And just for me, it's like, oh my goodness, I just accepted a role like as huge as this, but like, am I actually ready for this? Like, what are the odds like of this actually working out? Like, that was like the big thing. I'm like, am I gonna like, you know,
are you gonna find somebody
am I gonna
that
find
you
someone,
really
or am I gonna
love?
set myself back? You know, all of these things. And then obviously it's like me being like the second monoracial like African American Bachelor. I was like, this is a huge opportunity for like my community, and I'm like, I want to represent us in the most positive way, and also just highlight like we have the opportunity to like have successful love stories as well. So yeah,
I absolutely love that. And you did get engaged.
I did to my honey bunny.
I love that. So you guys are going strong.
We are like a year and like 2 months in. Yeah. So we're doing pretty well for Bachelor Nation. There's that.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And you guys are a beautiful, absolutely beautiful couple.
Thank you.
And you live in New York together.
Yeah. So we are in Brooklyn. We love it.
I was gonna ask, do you love it?
I do. Obviously, I'm a Southern girl, so it is 100% like a change of pace. It's totally different than like the lifestyle I'm used to, like small towns. You know everyone in your city type thing. But like in New York, I just love that there's so much culture. Right. There's so much to do, so much experience. And like, I feel like every day there is not like, there's not going to be a duplicate. There's not going to be the same day. Like something's different going to happen every day.
Did you deal with, because I'm from Kentucky, so moving from Kentucky to LA, like there was a little bit of culture shock things.
Yeah,
Did you deal with that as well?
Yes and no. And I feel like growing up, I was really exposed to like a lot of cultures and like diversity and like things like that. So, but like, I guess in lifestyle, that definitely was like a shock for me. I'm like, oh, okay. Like I don't have my car here. I can't just like get up and go and do this. Like I'm going to see people like all types of people walking like on the street and then taking the subway. I'm like, God bless me.
In New York, do you really want to drive though?
I don't know. Like, I love the luxury of just like, well, it's not luxury. It's nothing luxury about the subway, but like being able to get on a subway. But like also, I'm a type of person, I don't like to, I'm saying this out loud, I don't like to wait on people. Like, I like to move at my own pace. Yeah. So it's like being in control of like whenever I can move and get up and go. But like, obviously we know it's chaotic driving in New York. Like,
oh my God. I get it. I do get it. So you were also on Dancing with the Stars.
I sure was. I was two-stepping over there.
You were absolutely incredible. I did watch all of Dancing with the Stars. You were on it with my girl, Ariana.
Yes, she's amazing. I love her.
How was that experience for you? Do you have a dance background at all?
I don't. So
what?
No,
you don't even have a dance background?
I only have cheer, which people say it's the same, but I'm
cheer.
Like, it's honestly, it's not. Like, I kind of came in, I was like, oh, like, this is going to be a breeze. And like, I always say, like, I have so much respect and admiration for dancers, professional dancers, ballroom trained. Like, it is no joke when I say physically and like also emotionally, obviously, like producing a show on top of that. Yeah. But like the way, like, I was in the best shape of my body. I also, like, for me, I'm already very petite, but I lost so much weight, but I also got more tone. But like on my body, it was a lot to endure. And I was like, this is crazy. But like dance, honestly, like you use so much of your body, you use every single muscle. So like that was like a huge shock for me. I came in thinking that it was going to be a lot less work. And it was the complete opposite. Wow. So that was like so challenging.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
I got to ask you this.
Okay.
What was Tyson Beckford like in real life? Because he was my crush and my sister's crush.
It's so crazy.
All the time. So I'm like, whenever I saw that Ariana was on there with Tyson Beckford, I was like,
no, I know. It's so crazy because like Tyson was like one of the first persons that I got like super close with. And I don't know, he's like almost like, well, for me, obviously, because I'm engaged, but like he was like a big brother for me. But he is literally the goofiest, like most silliest person to be around.
That.
So much fun. Like, I'm telling you, like he was like the life of honestly our cast. And I was.
Oh, really? Like he was like that?
He was like the party. Like when I'm telling you, like he just brought so much good energy. I like love Tyson. And I was heartbroken when he got eliminated. I was like, no way. I'm like, please, like, just stay in LA and like just show up like on every show night.
I mean, that's just a beautiful man. So I was just like, what is he like in real life? And now to hear that he was just, I'm like, oh,
no, he is. And he's a charmer. I was like, Tyson know what he be doing too.
Who would you love to see on the next season of Dancing with the Stars?
Oh my gosh. Like anybody or like specifically from like Bachelor Nation?
Just like what you would love to see. Okay. Since you are a pro now.
Yeah. Well, I love chaos. I'm like, I would love to pitch for a chaotic cast.
Yeah.
Alex Earl, I would love to see on.
Yeah.
When it comes to like football players, I'm like, I need someone who's like going to be great, but obviously someone who's probably retired. I think, is it Jason Kelsey? Yes, Jason Kelsey.
Yeah,
I think he would do so good.
Is he not so cute? Like the way he reacts to everything.
Yes, I was like, he would be so like such a good personality to have on there.
I agree wholeheartely with that.
And then I'm trying to think. I saw this a lot. Gypsy Rose. I feel like that would be like the most chaotic thing ever. And like honestly, knowing I had Artem, I think we joked about it too. I was like, what if you get Gypsy next season? I can't say this out loud, but like, I think everyone was like, are we going to get Gypsy? But like, she would
iconic.
Be correct.
Yes.
Like, when I say if she got casted, that would be
Let me just tell you, my mom loves Artem.
Oh, does she? Oh my God. Artem is so funny. Like, just
she loves him. Okay, going back into more reality stuff about The Bachelor. Best and worst part about being the Bachelorette? Like, it's all on you. So what was your favorite thing about it and your least favorite thing about it?
Okay. Best part about being the Bachelorette, I think, for me, like, I feel like it's a cliche answer, but like, at least for me and how I took my experience, I really was really intentional about it. So I really do feel like it allowed me to grow so much as a person. Like, obviously you're doing a lot of things that are not normal. Yeah. And you don't get to do.
You step outside of your comfort zone.
Correct. Like, you don't get to do in the real world. Mm-hmm. So I think for me, it really like pushed me to like the next place that I needed to be in life. And like, obviously I did not envision it was going to be used through the Bachelorette, but like, I'm really grateful for that in a sense. And then you said the worst part?
Yeah, worst part.
Obviously,
tell the
for me,
tea.
yeah, like, I mean, so much, but I think everyone who's in reality TV can relate. It's just, I hated how much, like, I struggled with managing, like, social media and just, like, dealing with, like, you know, negative comments. Like, as much as, like, I want to say, like, it never got to me, like, I would be lying. Like, it was the hardest thing for me to deal with. But then, like, I had to, like, spend a lot of time working through that. So, yeah, I mean, the worst part is obviously dealing with all of that because people are, sorry, some of y'all are awful. Yeah. Some of y'all suck.
It's true. Like, there's so much love, and there's actually more love out there than there is hate. But, like, I say this all the time, the mean comments, like, they stand out louder, and that's, like, what people want. And it's very, like, strange that people like that because... Like, we would never do that.
No,
you know, I would never go to somebody's page and talk bad about their appearance.
That's what I'm saying. I always say that. I'm like,
them.
I could literally, like, kept up with, like, you before I became the Bachelor. And I'm like, I would never, like, go and, like, leave a comment under your page because I disagree with something. Like, I'm so sorry.
No, I think that people, I think that's
like,
the hardest
grip.
part
like,
of
truly
all
get
of
a
it.
grip.
Yeah.
Go run. Go exercise or something. I don't know.
Like, escape somehow other than, like, being a troll.
Right.
If you could change anything about your season, what would it be?
Ooh. Jesus.
No, that's a hard one. Because you did have a happy ending.
I did. Like, I love everything about how, I mean, who I'm with. Like, Dotun is incredible.
Dotun, yes, you guys are so cute.
But I will say, I think towards the end, there was a lot of controversy. And even just, like, obviously because I love Dotun so much. Like, I think, like, the hardest part for us was, like, watching a lot of it back and just seeing how much, like, I think I was invested, like, with him so much, and it was very obvious, like, I was going to choose him. But, like, I think what people don't realize is, like, when you get towards the end, like, there's just a lot of emotional, like, things happening, and, like, you're panicking because you know you have, like, X amount of days remaining, and you're really trying to, like, make sure, like, you do everything to, like, figure out, is this, like, going to be the right person for me? And you're trying to figure out all the other possible outcomes.
And don't you do, like, your family?
Exactly. Yeah. So there's a lot going on. And I think for me, like, I really kind of let that kind of take over, like, the emotional pressure to a sense. And so I do kind of wish that I didn't use a lot of, like, self-proclaiming of, like, the love word to, like, the other people that was still there. Like, I mean, I think, like, the final 3 or final 4. And that was hard for him. So, like, I wish I could have protected him.
Hard for him to watch back.
Yeah, like, I wish I could have protected him more in that sense.
But you
like,
didn't know. You were going through a journey yourself.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's what I love so much about Dotun is that he gave me so much grace in that, in the sense that he was like, I am glad that you exhausted everything because now I know, like, you chose me 100% for me, which is the case. So, yeah, that's the beauty of it.
Still, that's, like, amazing.
Yeah.
All right, a couple fun questions.
Okay.
If you could be on any other reality TV show, what would it be?
I already said it, Andy. I want my peach.
Oh, yeah. She needs the peach.
I need reality.
She needs the peach.
Real Housewives of Atlanta. If not that, I would love to be on Traders.
Yes. I could see you on there, too. That'd be fun. Favorite thing about a girls' trip?
Oh, I say how much we drink.
Yes, of course.
We like,
we get to escape.
Yeah, Britt is like shot queen. I'm like, okay, let me catch up.
You were so fun yesterday. Like, I swear.
Oh my
God,
so good.
You're so fun the whole time, but still, like yesterday. Okay, so I have a Mary F. Kill from Lori.
Great. Oh my God. Please.
So this is. All right, so this one is for you. Okay.
She's gonna set me up. Please, I'm scared.
Yours is easy.
Okay.
Dancing with the Stars, The Bachelorette, or Bachelorette in Paradise?
Wait, okay, so...
Bachelor in Paradise,
Mary Kill. Mary, obviously the Bachelorette. Dang, this is crazy. I guess fuck Bachelor in Paradise and then kill Dance with the Stars. Is that crazy?
Hey!
Not in a bad way, but it makes sense. I'm sorry. My body,
you have to pick.
Like, my body cannot go through that shit again. So
you're like, my feet were hurting.
I'm like, I guess I'll go down to Paradise and act up. Like,
you're like, my feet were hurting.
Yes.
So that's where we're going to go.
Correct.
Okay, these are a couple questions from the fans before you go. This is from Hightower Newborn Care.
Okay, period.
For charity, what is the biggest misconception social media fans have about you?
Oh, yeah, I love to talk about that. I think on Dancing with the Stars, I got a really bad rep for being someone who was really, like, stuck up and conceited and like kind of have mean girl energy, which is crazy because it's a dance show.
Yeah.
But
People were saying that from a dance show?
Yeah, it's really crazy. I got a crazy edit, but like, let's not talk about anything else about that. I think it's just people sometimes misconstrue like me having like, I'm a really hard worker and I take like any task that I have very serious. And
Are you competitive?
Yeah, I want to put like my best foot forward.
Yeah.
So I think that like kind of gave people the wrong impression of me. But like, if you know me at my heart, like I'm truly the most humble person and I have a lot of like compassion and empathy for other people. So yeah, that was like really hard to kind of see that being said about myself because I'm like, I know that's not me. So yeah.
I understand completely. One more question before I let you go.
Okay.
This is from Life of Katia. Favorite resort drink?
Okay, well, we're in the Bahamas, so it's the Bahama Mama. I had one too many yesterday on the boat, but we made it out alive.
So fun. So freaking fun. Oh, my gosh. Thank you, Charity, for being on When Reality Hits.
Thank you,
I love getting to know you these past couple days.
No, you're so amazing.
Thanks for coming on,
Okay, yay.
All right. Thanks, everybody, for listening to When Reality Hits. I think that this has been an amazing girl trip. I'm going to have Natalie Lee and Colleen Reed on next week. I can't wait to finish out our Girls Week trip. We've had the best time at the Bahamas. We are literally at the pool doing this podcast, having drinks, taking shots. Tequila, baby. All right. Thanks for listening, guys. Love y'all. Tune in next week.
Hey girlies, I'm Cody Rigsby.
And I'm Andrew Chappelle.
We're here to announce our brand new podcast,
Tactful Pettiness, now on PodcastOne.
We have a lot of opinions. Flip-flops in New York City? You don't love yourself.
If I'm not seated, I'm not tipping.
Do I want to see a picture of your baby?
No. If I have to scroll more than 10 seconds, he's not cute.
Settling gets you an ugly boyfriend. So we're going to help you out. Get new episodes of Tactful Pettiness every Thursday anywhere you get your podcasts.